Hey guys, how you guys doing? It is on here back with another video. Today we are going to take a look at MapleStory Glory, newest 5th job common skills, everybody. I'm going to cover all jobs in this video so you don't have to worry about it, right? Everything will be in this video. I'm going to showcase all of them. How does it work? I'm going to explain all of them, alright? And before we begin, I like to stress that this is still in test server, alright? We are still in test server. If there's any changes to the skills, I'll be linking them in the video description and also the comment section below. So do check them out if there's any changes, right? So without further ado, let's take a look at the first common 5th job skill for adventurer or explorers, heroes, and also resistance, right? This is the common skill for all of them. It's called Maple World Goddess Blessing. So how does this skill work? It's actually a buff, right? This skill is at level 30. Let me base translate it. It uses 500 MP. Duration is 180 seconds. We have all Maple Warrior type skills will add an additional 90% more stats and a 15% increase of damage, right? Cooldown is 300 seconds. This is level 30. Let's take a look at the level 1. Level 1 will be 500 MP cost, 93 seconds duration. The stats will increase by 32%, and for the damage will be increased by 5%, and cooldown is still 300 seconds, right? So let's take a look at the skill. Very simple for the skill. You have to basically use Maple Warrior first, okay? So let me use Maple Warrior. Now my stat is actually 24k, 24.6k, okay? I'm gonna use Maple Warrior. Have a look at this. Boop, there we go. 25k, alright? This is 25k, and I'm gonna use this. It's gonna basically increase 90%. So there we go. There we go. So 90% of the main stat of that skill will be that amount. I forgot the amount already. Okay, there's that amount. You guys do the math. And also they will have an increase of damage over here, 15%. Previously it was at 80%. So this guy is pretty good. I mean, about 4 to 5 minutes of cooldown at 300 seconds, and you get a almost 2 minutes of buff, which is really good. It's 180 seconds, right? So it's damn good for this skill. So this is the Maple Goddess Blessing. It's just a buff, right? Yeah, that's it. And let me close it down. You see the buff just released, and then that's it. Okay, moving on to the next one. Alright, so now we're gonna take a look at the Cygnus Knights and Michiel 5th job common skill, which will be the Empress Cygnus Blessing, or Empress Cygnus Blessing, right? At level 30, MP cost 500, 60 seconds duration, damage increased by 30%, HP recovery and damage increased by 3% every seconds, right? It's basically like infinity for the Explorer Mage skill. And there's also a 90% increase of damage cap, which will be the max damage cap will be 90%. Cooldown is 300 seconds. Let's take a look at the level 1 skill. The level 1 skill will be 60 seconds duration, 1% damage increase, and also HP recovery 4%, damage increase 2% every few seconds, and maximum cap is also 90%, and cooldown is 300 seconds. There we go. Let's take a look at this skill. My HP is a bit low. It's just nice to showcase the skill, right? And there we go. Let's take a look at the damage over here and also my HP. And we're gonna use it. There we go. It's beautiful. There we go. So the increase over here is 66%, 70% increase over time. And you can see that my HP recovery is also increasing relatively slowly. You can see that it's recovering over here, right? And that's basically it. It just increase over time. Let's see how much is gonna be increased. Very nice skill, I guess. I don't know. I don't really play Archer, but it looks nice, and it has a HP increase and also an infinity. Very not really that good infinity, but still good, right? Alright, let's go 102%, and we have 20 seconds left over here. There we go. 106%. And 110%, 114, and should cap soon, I guess. Okay, 1, 2, 2, and that's it. 1 to 2. That's the max for it. So from 36% to 1 to 2% for approximately 60 seconds. Alright, moving on to the next one, which will be the Demons and the Kinesis skill. Right, this is basically level 30 also. HP costs 5% and duration is 60 seconds. Basically it uses random skills below. We're gonna take a look at random skills. The random skills will be, the first one will be the recovery buff. Basically recover demon force, psychic points, or HP, depending on your class, right? A 25% recovery. And the second skill will be basically increase the damage of a single skill by 90%. It's called Sword Blessing. The third one will be Shield Blessing. Basically, reduce HP percent damage by 90%. It does not work on one hit KO, only HP percent damage, alright? Only one hit. Then the fourth one will be basically protect against status effects just one time, alright? The final one will be attack 12 enemies 2200% damage for 10 times, right? 180 seconds cooldown. And for level 1 skill, basically you can basically take a look at it, screenshot, basically the same thing, right? Okay, so let's use the skill. There we go. Let's use it, and oh my man, look at that. Okay, let's take a look at what skill is gonna use first. Alright, that's the recovery of demon force. Okay, take a look at the recovery over there. Okay, that's the attack. Increase the attack by 9. Oh, that's the shield. Can you see that? That's the shield. The shield reduced by that's again the shield. Reduce damage by 90%. Very nice. Although there's nothing hitting me. And this is the status resistance one. Very nice. That's the recovery again. Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful, man. This skill is actually beautiful. Look at the shield. This is the shield again. Reduced by 90%. This is the attack increase up here. You can see. This is the recovery. There we go. Lord, that's the attack. That's the attack. Oh my god. Look at that. That's the random attack. There we go. There we go. It's actually pretty OP. The attack randomly attacks, man. Oh my god, this is superb. So his other skills are actually random. It depends on what it uses on. The attack, you see, just now, it doesn't really use anymore. But it's very difficult to trigger the attack sometimes. But that's basically it. So this skill is like very, very lit. But you have to like time it properly. Basically use the skill. Alright, next up we're gonna take a look at the Grandis Goddess Blessing skill for Nova class. So this is actually different one. Nova is the first one. Left and Anima. I will be covering those in later on. Don't worry about it. Stay tuned to the video. So this is the first one, which will be Nova. All Nova classes will be able to use this effect, which will cost 800 HP and 40 seconds duration at level 30, right? Basically it will basically give you an 80 seconds chance to reset any skill for 6 times, alright? And you get a 35% increase of damage and also 100% stance. This is for level 30. At level 10, level 1, sorry. At level 1, it will increase 51% chance for reset up to 3 times. Damage increase 6% and stance at 100%. Duration, HP and everything is still the same. Cooldown 240 seconds. So, let's take a look at this skill over here, right? So, like that. Oh, beautiful. There's dragon over there. So, you can see that there's a counter over there, alright? And you see the skill doesn't cool down, right? So I have already used twice, and there's one more, alright? Let me use it again. Right, and yeah, that's basically it. So that's the 6 seconds over there. And you can see that my range increased by 35% over there. Okay, let me just get out of the way. That's alright, there we go. So 35% increase of damage and 100% stance. The skill is about to get off right now. You can see that it drops any moment now. Alright, there we go. It drops back and 0% stance and 30% damage. Alright, so that's the Nova common skill, everybody. Alright, so now we're gonna take a look at the Grandis Goddess Blessing skill for Left of Flora, which is also known as Elam and Arc at the moment. So at level 30, this skill is actually pretty OP. It acts as the same as this skill, the beginner skill over there, right? So at level 30, it consumes 800 HP, 40 seconds duration, and basically it converts 100% of your weapon attack or magic attack, depending on your class that you're playing, right, to executing the weapon into weapon or magic attack. But any side effect will not be applied, and the weapon's base attack can be converted up to 300%. Maximum is 100 weapon attack or magic attack, depending on your class itself, which is freaking OP, man. And the cooldown is 240 seconds. At level 1 is converted up to 42%, and the weapon attack, weapons base attack is 300% also. Maximum is 13 weapon attack. But if you are looking at max, is so OP, right? For now, I'm at 500k range, right? I don't really have any buff skills right now. I'm gonna use this skill. Look at the weapon attack increase over here. There we go. Oh, I used the wrong skill. Never mind. So that's the weapon attack increase. Increase approximately 150k range. Very nice indeed. Imagine you are a Arc or Elam main which has very insane stat on your weapon. Wow, this is going to be a very OP skill, right? So that's basically it for it. So if I were to close it down right now, it will basically reduce the weapon attack, basically, right? So we have 7 seconds more. Let me close the skill. There we go. It went back to normal. Very nice skill indeed. Moving on to the next one. Alright, so now we're gonna take a look at the Anima Grandis Blessing effect, right? So same as the others, which will be using 800 HP and 40 seconds duration, but the status is different. Right now it will be seal and basically scroll recovery for 40% increase, which will be this one over here, right? And also 40% increase of damage and 100% stance. Cooldown is 240 seconds. And for the level 1 skill, will be 25% recovery rate and also 11% damage increase and also 100% stance. 240 seconds cooldown also. So for right now, you can see that the recovery rate is relatively low, relatively slow also. If I were to use that skill right now, which will be the Grandis skill, let's take a look at this. And we're gonna have the stats over here. 40% increase, yeah, 40% increase of damage and also 100% stance. And let's take a look at the recovery rate. Look at that. It's increased by 40%. It's actually insane. This skill is actually good. I mean, it's really good for recovery for basically Hoya, right? Look at that. The recovery rate is so fast right now. So that's basically the skill. And it doesn't last long because it's just too OP to last too long, right? So once you finish, then you go back to the original rate itself. Yeah, that's basically for the Anima Grandis Goddess Blessing skill, everybody. Alright, so now it's time for the final common 5th job skill, the 0 5th job skill, everybody. So this is my favorite class of all times, as always. And at level 30, consumes 30 time force, 45 seconds duration. Your skill will be 2 seconds only on your normal skills, right? A few of your skills like this one will be 2 seconds, right? Cooldown, and your weapon attack will increase by 100 weapon attack, and it does not basically resets this one and this one for the cooldown itself. And also there's a top over here. I'm going to show you that it does not has a cooldown also. So a lot of things that does not have cooldown for this class. And for level 1, at level 1, 30 seconds duration, 3 seconds for the skills, and also 13 weapon attack. And the others are the same, 240 seconds cooldown. And let's have a look at it. My range is at 3.5 mil right now. Let me use that skill. Whoop, there we go, 3.7 mil. And let's take a look at this skill. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 2 seconds cooldown. And look at the top here. It does not have cooldown for this one anymore. The buff does not have cooldown. It's actually pretty lit. But if you tag it, yeah, see, if you tag it, there's a 2 seconds cooldown over there. There we go. Look at that, it's beautiful. And the shadow rain does not reset, and this one also does not reset, right? If I were to use shadow rain, it does not reset for that one. Only this normal skill is reset, and the top over here, the buff will remain and it does not go off. See, there's no cooldown for the buff. So beautiful. Now the cooldown is back, okay? Cooldown is back. After the skill ended, the cooldown is back. So you see, now this skill is with 14 seconds cooldown. Previously, it has no cooldown, like 2 seconds cooldown when using this skill. And now it's just 14 seconds. You have to tag it to reduce the cooldown. But previously, you don't have to re-tag it. It was so freaking good, man. I love this job, man. Alright, so that is for 0 common skill, everybody. Alright. That's all for this video. I've covered everything on the common 5th job skill. I hope you get some insights on what are the new 5th job skill will be coming on MapleStory Glory update, everybody. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and stay awesome, everybody. Bye bye.